Welcome to the eTime video tutorial for Asphalt Green part-time employees. We hope this will help guide you through submitting your time card each pay period and ensuring timely and accurate payment. There are two things you need to do in order to get paid. Number one, punch in and punch out. Number two, complete your time card. Your time card is due on the 1st and 16th day of each month for the previous pay period. Please do not be late, as late submissions will affect timely and accurate pay to you, the employee.
To access eTime, you will visit our staff portal at staff.asphaltgreen.org. You will notice some options on the left. You will click Human Resources Payroll, then eTime, then HTML version. For the purposes of this tutorial, we are going to demonstrate on the HTML version. All general steps are the same if you use Java, but the buttons and controls may be slightly different. Insert your username and password here to log in. If you forget your password or get locked out, please email your supervisor who will contact payroll to rectify. Once logged in, you will see a page similar to this. You are needing to click on My Time Card under My Information. You are now looking at your time card, most likely for the previous pay period. The time period section will confirm which period you are looking at, and the drop-downs here allow you to view current, previous, a range of dates, and some others. We encourage employees to maintain their time card day to day so it is less work at the end of a pay period, but ensure you are viewing the correct dates.
If you have punched in and out each day, these times will show here. Punching in and out is very important and required. If you do not know the location of the punch clocks, please contact your supervisor. When you punched in and out does not necessarily show how long you worked, simply when you arrived and departed the facility. This is why we need your hours entered by you to pay you accurately. You will need to add a row for each day you worked underneath your punches. To do so, click the Add Row symbol on the line of your punches, as indicated here with the arrow. This will now add a row for you to complete. Now you can see the row has been added. Next step is to remember that there are three things that you need to enter on this new row when completing your hours. Number one, pay code, most likely regular or other. Number two, amount. This is the amount of hours you worked in a particular program. And number three, transfer code. This is the code pertaining to the program that is paying you.
Now let's get into adding hours. Pay code menu. Select the drop-down for different options. You will select regular if it is hours you worked in the job you were hired for, also known as your home department. If you are unsure of your home department, or more importantly, the transfer code for your home department, please contact your supervisor. If it is not your home department, any other hours should be coded as other. Amount menu. Here you enter the amount of hours worked. For example, 2 hours is 2.0. Note that 2 hours and 45 minutes is entered as 2.75, not 2.45. If you work 2 hours in one program and then 2 hours in another program, each program needs its own line. This is important. Once your pay code and amounts are entered, turn your attention to the transfer menu. Click the magnifying glass in the appropriate row.
This is where you select the program code of the department your pay will come from. For example, if you worked a youth basketball class, you will use the youth basketball code, B07811. Your supervisor can tell you which codes pertain to you if you have questions. There will be times where you need to add a comment to a particular day or shift. To do so, you need to make sure your cursor is in the amount box for the shift in question. Then click the comments box, pointed out at the top. This will open a pop-up dialog box. This pop-up dialog box will allow you to select from a myriad of comments. Things such as forgot to punch, or no punch out, off-site work, or an adjustment from previous pay period. Most of these can be found with the first 4 letters signifying miscellaneous, so MISC. Once you have found the desired comment, select it and then move it to the right by clicking the right arrow, identified here. to move it to the selected comments box. Click OK and then it should be added. Don't forget to save.
This small icon here, circled, shows the comment was added successfully. You can scroll over it and leave the cursor still to see what it says. These comments can help your supervisor and the payroll manager understand certain things without having to ask you. Please use them accordingly. This is an example of an incomplete time card. It is great that they punched in and out, but this is only half the job. The time card is incomplete. This is now a completed time card. Note how each line with a punch has a new line underneath it, and that each entry has three things: pay code, amount, and transfer code. We strongly encourage you to save your time card regularly in case the page is to crash. Since this is a web-based program, it won't be backed up unless you save. We would suggest saving as regularly as possible, even after you enter each line if you desire. You can do this among the top circled options. Either way, when you are done, click Save, and the final step is to approve your time card by clicking Approve, also circled at the top. This shows us that you have viewed it, completed it, and signed off on it. This is now ready for review by your supervisor. This concludes the eTime video tutorial. We have covered the basics, but remember, it takes practice. If you are a coach who is conducting private lessons, please speak with your supervisor about additional steps that may be required. If you need further training or have questions about your time card, please contact your supervisor who will be happy to help. Remember, no time card, no pay. But now that you've watched this video, that won't be an issue.
Thank you.